And we are live. Oh shit, that's way too loud. Sorry. So yeah, this is gonna be my first video of 2024. As you can see in the bottom right, it's the third currently today, 3rd of January 2024. Monday was bank holiday, obviously worldwide, pretty much because it was New Year's Day. So the market wasn't open on Monday. Fuck. Wait a second, bros. I'm gonna fix the audio a little bit too much. I think that's a lot better now. Yeah, as I was saying, Monday was a bank holiday. The markets were closed. We had a little bit of quite a lot of volume on Tuesday, which was the first day the market was open this year so far, and yeah. I'm currently looking at gold right now. We're gonna go through a few pairs, I think, but as you can see, this was. Wait a second. Actually, no, this was today. Sorry. So there was a little bit of volume when we opened the new daily candle and the new candle of the new year. It was, I believe it was, 10 p.m. GMT, so that'll be 5 p.m. Eastern. We opened and price began to push up right where it left off. We took those highs right there, and then eventually the momentum took over. Price began to dump as we came into New York session, but there was a fair amount of volume, even though there was no news on Tuesday at all. I believe a lot of that volume was just like backed up from the bank holiday and the market's not being open at all. So yeah, I believe that movement was a lot to do with just the bank holiday and stuff. But today we've had pretty eventful day. We had like two phases of news. We had PMI. Oh wait, I'll just drag this on my screen real quick. There we go. So today at 3 p.m. we had PMI and JOLTS job openings, both high impact USD news. And then following 7 p.m. we had FOMC meetings minutes, which was the first one of this year. So there was a little bit of volume due to this news. But normally what I've noticed when there's news at, let's say, New York Open or 3 p.m. GMT, which is like 10 a.m. Eastern, I've noticed that if there's news earlier in the day, and then like if there's news at 7 p.m. basically, which is unusual, but it happens sometimes, like on this, like today, it's normally FOMC that it is at 7 p.m. my time. I know it's 2 p.m. Eastern. It's not really, well, it's not an everyday or every week thing where that happens, but when it does, I think there isn't that much volume earlier in the day. It's like the market's like almost setting up for 7 p.m. where majority of the volume gets introduced, and that's where price is really wild. And what I've noticed as well is price will continue to be volatile going into the Asian session following FOMC, because this happens 3 hours before market close, and you've got a lot of built up volume leading into the next day. So sometimes there's even instances where gold's moved like 100, 200 pips during the night, during Asian session and during London session. By the time it gets to New York, it's already like took off. But yeah, that's what I've noticed is like normally when there's FOMC, the day kind of builds up to the FOMC, and that's where most of the volume and the real move starts to begin. That's just what I've noticed. That's where I can describe it. But yeah, we had, like I said, two phases of news. Didn't really do too much as expected because it was 3 hours before market close. But obviously there was volume during early parts of the day. Actually before news as well, because news I believe was around this time. So price had already fell about over 200 pips before it even got to where PMI and the job openings dropped. Yeah, and like I said, you can see a little bit of wicking and indecision there when FOMC began at 7 p.m. Which, as you can see right here, that is 2 p.m. Eastern, because I've got Eastern time on my charts just to make it a little bit easier. So I know Eastern time because I do mainly just trade New York. That's what this orange beam is, if you're wondering. But yeah, wasn't too much today. I was literally expecting most of the moves. Well, I just expected price to set up for like after FOMC, and I know like the tail end of this week is where a lot of volume is going to be, because we've got a lot more news to come on Thursday and Friday, and because we are this is just a 4-day week, it's going to be very jam-packed. I believe there's already been a lot of volume now, and technically we're only like 1 day into the week, because Tuesday I wouldn't even count as the day because it didn't really have any volume. I mean, it did have volume, but it didn't have any news. Where like you expect like halfway through the week where the news starts to pick up on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's where a lot of the volume is. Typically on most weeks. I'm not going to say every week, but that's just typically what happens. The Monday, Tuesdays of the week aren't always good. Majority of the time they are pretty low volume. It's just what I've noticed over the time. But there are times I've seen where Mondays have been absolutely crazy, and it's kind of like a like carry on from the previous week or whatever. Like an amazing setup happened on Friday, and then price is still running through Monday as well. That does happen, but most of the time you're going to see like the start of the week very slow, and then it's going to start to pick up, and positions are going to start to show themselves as we look into the end of the week. And we've got a lot of news to come still, so a lot of red folders. We've got NFP on Friday, which I actually totally forgot about, but we won't talk about that until we actually get to Friday. I'm just going to talk about the fact that I have not took a trade this year yet. I've just simply been sitting on the sidelines and waiting basically for the news. I didn't want to trade Tuesday because there was no news, and it was with it being the first day of the year. I just kind of wanted to take a miss on it and not like try to force a trade the minute the year starts. Like I try to avoid that. So, and mainly because there was no news. Like I didn't really see that many. Well, I didn't see any setups. Period. And I kind of seen how FOMC was going to have an effect later in the week. So, and because I knew that coming into this week, I've been kind of waiting out for this to at least start to happen, and then the other news to start to happen as well as we go into the end of the week. But yeah, I was basically just waiting for news this week because it's where I knew serious moves are going to be. I'm going to catch some serious moves. So, currently looking at gold right now at 20.41. We have dropped an extreme amount since market open this week. Like I said, well over 200 points. 300 points. Well, pips. And this is just simply a correction to the bullish move we initially had back on 21st of December, when price began to push up and break the highs above 20.48 and went on to make new highs at 20.80. 88.5. So after this huge bullish move and I knew price was up here, I knew it was bound to correct at some point. Obviously I didn't know it was going to correct this whole way. I kind of wanted to see price back down here at least again when I was looking at the 4 hour, but I knew that that would kind of have to break 1 hour structure, at least for the time being. So now what I'm waiting for is the 1 hour to kind of shift in that direction of the 4 hour again on gold, because obviously we are still clearly bullish on the 4 hour on gold. We made this massive new high above here, and this is simply a correction to that move, and we have remained above 2015.6, and that is a major swing low that was created on the 15th of December on gold. So as long as price is above here on the 4 hour, and I don't see any closures below this point on the 4 hour, then we are technically bullish on gold long term. Now, like I said, I briefly mentioned on the 1 hour that we are technically bearish at this point because of breaking the lows that we had, and we've had such a move down, push down to 2030. So yeah, at the current moment in time, we are bearish on gold, but I am looking to take buys as the lower time frames, basically the 1 hour and below, to switch bullish with the 4 hour, obviously remaining above 2015.6, and I want to see closures back above 2048 on the 4 hour at least, and the 1 hour. Yeah, even on the 1 hour, if we can get like a closure above here on the 1 hour, I'm thinking that could be very, very good. Yeah, I'm mainly wanting to look to trade this in session. I know there's probably a good chance that tonight the price will push above that 2048 level again. But I'm gonna look to trade gold after the news has took place tomorrow, if there is a potential move to be had. But yeah, it's gonna have to break. It's gonna have to start printing bullish structure on the lower time frames, and I think that's gonna take an entire day to do so. So I honestly don't even see myself trading gold on Thursday, which is tomorrow. But on the other hand, I am still looking for buys on gold at this current moment in time. I just want to see how price behaves tomorrow, and if we are still remaining bullish. Yeah, I'm actually going to highlight this low as well. I've just noticed that. So yeah, that's what I think about gold. Currently bullish on it. I'm not interested in the short-term sells currently right now, but maybe after we've corrected all the way up here and see how we'll behave in this area, possibly might be looking to take sells. But I feel more comfortable buying gold right now. So yeah, I'm gonna sit on the sidelines until something drastic happens with gold. But I like so far what has happened in the start of the week. Yeah, I do expect price to come back into this 2060 area and do its thing. Yeah, let's move on to a different pair. How long have I been going? I've been going 15 minutes so far, and I've been rambling a little bit too much, so I don't want to ramble too much. We're going to make plenty of videos this year, so I don't need to cram it all in one video, but I just wanted to do a video on, well, with it being the brand new year, I wanted to do a video to start off the year, even though I haven't took a trade yet on anything. I have been closely monitoring SPX, which we're going to go on to next after I've broke down this, and gold and GU. That's mainly my pairs that I look at currently. I do look at a bit of Nasdaq as well. It's very similar to SPX. It actually looks better than SPX right now, but I'm going to sit on my hands with both of those right now. But we'll get to that. Anyway, with GU. So this was where we had the start of the week, where the open, we obviously had an open on Tuesday instead of Monday, which is unusual. A lot of built up volume, as you can see. So we had volume in, oh no, this is London session, my bad, right? I get a little bit confused here. So technically this was right. There's a lot of volume in London session on Tuesday. Price pushed below. There was actually no pound news at all. There is no pound news at all this week. High impact at least. I don't know if it was low impact or whatever, but I think it was just built up volume from the long weekend that we had and the holidays and all that stuff. So yeah, we had a push below that 0.2700 level and made a new low at 0.2610. Nice indication to the downside. I've just realized I put bullish here when it is actually a bearish indication, not a bullish indication. So yeah, we've had a new bullish, a new bearish indication on the 1 hour, even though we are technically still bullish on the 4 hour. Yeah, I don't know if you know, guys, but I haven't really been going on the daily or the weekly as much because, like, I'm looking for day trades so far, and I've already done my analysis on the daily and weekly, on these pairs coming into this new year. So, like, I kind of know, what we're looking at long term anyway. So, the main for short term, you're just going to see me go from like 4 hours down. Yeah, I'm not going to mess around with the daily too much because it's just long term stuff and it's very slow on the daily. It doesn't really need to be analyzed every single day, you know. But as I go on, we had this huge push down. This is absolutely massive on the forward. This is all one big 4 hour candle where we had a push down. Made the new low that I was talking about on the 1 hour. We actually closed below this recent candle here where price rejected, and we actually pushed slightly below this low, so we technically broke this low, this swing low. This was a major swing low, but technically we just broke below it, I believe. Just about, if I remove this for a second. Yeah, so you can see right there we slightly wicked below this low, so technically we broke this low now, and price is like correcting back up after it's pushed down. And the key thing is here, we've had candles close below this closure where the candles didn't close before on the higher time frames, which in my opinion means the price is basically shifting to the downside. It hasn't fully shifted to the downside yet. It's only really happened on the lower time frames, as we spoke about on the 1 hour and obviously the 30-minute and stuff. But we are still technically in grounds of GU being bullish, because we haven't. I want to see a full closure on the 4 hour below here before we can like really consider the 4 hour shifting structure. Well, obviously we're bearish on the lower time frames. We've clearly shifted structure to the downside on the 1 hour, and obviously lower than that it's clearer and clearer. But we have recently just had a little bit short-term bullish momentum where we broke these minor highs here, and obviously you can see we're shifting bullish on like the 15-minute and the 5-minute, but that's simply just indicating to us that we are correcting on the 1 hour and the 4 hour due to the huge move that we had down on Tuesday at the start of the week. So yeah, we've just had a little bit of a correction on GU today after that bearish move we had. I don't believe the correction is completely done yet. I think we're going to see a push. Oh, by the way, I haven't actually took a trade here. I just put this there to measure it. Get out the way. I want to see a push above 2700 level again. 0.2700 level on GU to potentially look for sells back down to the 2600 level, because I want to take it beyond the 26,100, the 2610 level. I want to take it all the way to the 2600, like flat. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at potentially on GU, but I want to see more of short-term bullish price action, and we can get a push back up into this range again and remain below the 2760 level, where there's a clear major swing high that was created on Tuesday, where price could not break above this level here, or close above even these candlesticks, where these candlesticks closed, did not close anywhere near above there. So we're clearly bearish. Price failed to break the highs and push and broke the lows. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I want to see price back above here, but I also want to see it respecting lows, or respecting highs, sorry, and not breaking highs and breaking those lows instead. Obviously, by that time when price is pushed above here, technically it will be like bullish short term and stuff, bullish on the 15 minute, bullish on the 30, and we'll want those lower time frames to shift as we like start to reject on the higher time frames back when we're in this range again. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for with GU. It hasn't obviously completed entirely what I want to see. I expected a lot more volume. I thought FOMC would be able to fill a gap like this, no problem at all. Because this was where price was when FOMC dropped. Oh no, I believe it was there. It was like around this area. So it technically only really pushed 30 pips on GU. That's fuck all. I believe it's got a lot more juice left in the tank. We'll probably see a pickup as we approach London session tomorrow. Yeah, I think it should be able to push up to that 2700 level. And yeah, so I want to see some short-term bulls on GU before we can go down and fully break out of this range on the 4-hour. Because if we do push down to the 2600 level flat, we will make a nice new low below this level, and it'll look very good on the higher time frames. Yeah, that's GU. We went through gold. I'm being patient with them both so far. I'm just being patient in general, really. So I'm not executing on anything. I don't have any trade ideas in mind going into tomorrow, so I'm probably not going to trade tomorrow either. So that's 3 days this week we've had, and I won't be trading unless I see GU in that area during New York session tomorrow. Then I could potentially take sells once the news is took its once the news is dropped and stuff. Yeah, sorry bro, I'm struggling with my words, but yeah. Now let's do a little quick brief breakdown of SPX. SPX has been pushing like fuck, so we've just been making bullish, bearish indication after bearish indication, but so now you can see the price is like slowly slowing down, getting the candlesticks smaller and the closer together, so price is not really moving that much at all. Don't worry, this is another just idea that I had, like a little scalp idea that I did not take because it's simply just a lower time frame one. You can only really see this on the 30 minute, the 15 minute, but price made an indication below this low, took out these lows that were created on Tuesday, Wednesday coming into New York session, took out the lows when PMI dropped, corrected by the time FOMC was about to drop, and then when FOMC dropped, price came back down below this support level slash the low, and continued down towards these lows that were made earlier in the day and made a new low in the markets. Well, obviously now you can see prices really struggling with momentum overall, and although price made a new low, it doesn't really look like it's going to push down much more from where it is. And the lower time frames the higher time frames telling me that more than anything, by the fact that like price is pushed all the way from up here since the start of the week, and now I would expect that this move needs to be corrected, and we possibly might stay below 47.62, which will be nice. If we do, we're clearly still bearish, and we would have like completed somewhat of a significant correction to this move, and yeah, it would be nice. But I possibly even see us being able to smash that 47.62 level out with the water. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens with SPX. I'm simply just waiting for a correction on SPX. There's too much bearish price action that has happened for me to even think about selling it, but that is my overall bias, is obviously bearish, due to the lowered, due to the hourly lows being broken over and over again. Yeah, we are still technically above the 4700 level, or the 470. It's a 4700 level, which is the major swing lower on the 4 hour. Once we break below here and close below here, we know the price is completely shifted to the downside on the 4 hour. Well, like on GU and on I think gold as well, price is shifting to the downside on the 1 hour and below. It hasn't quite done it yet on the 4 hour. So yeah, tomorrow's going to be interesting. I'm just going to sit on my hands and wait and see what I can potentially do. Maybe next week or on Friday. NFP might turn out to be a very good day, as like the entire week might have just set up for an amazing move or whatever. Well, we'll just have to see, man. We'll just take each day as we come. Normally, if I can't see a setup going into a new day, I won't be trading that day that I'm going into. So now it's already on my mind that I'm not going to be trading tomorrow, but I am potentially looking at trading Friday. But that could change when I wake up tomorrow and London sessions do their madness. Because we're still, I mean, the new candle on the indices and gold still hasn't opened yet. We're not even at 11 p.m. GMT. So we still got plenty of time for price to do its thing overnight, because I don't think it's even scratched the surface with the amount of volume that's going to come from FOMC. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that was just, it's not going to do shit, but I don't know. I want to see what happens, where price is at, leading into London session, and if there is no indication of any setup happening in London session, then I'm definitely not trading New York, and I will be just sitting on the sidelines to see what potentially could happen to set up a move for Friday New York session, where I might potentially be trading after NFP. Of course, I'm not going to trade before NFP. But yeah, that's like a little breakdown, catch up. A video I wanted to do, breaking down some charts and stuff, and overall thoughts, what I'm thinking going into the second week of this year already. It's like, it's going to be Thursday tomorrow. We're pretty much done with this week already. It's the first fucking week, but yeah, man, it's already going to be the fourth in about an hour and 20 minutes. Crazy, man. It's go by so fast. I'm trying to get so much shit done. Got a lot planned for this year, and I can't wait to put it all in motion. So Yeah, bros, I hope you have a blessed day. I'll be back. I think I'm honestly gonna start live streaming more often, just here, there, and everywhere. Not consistently like every day, but I want to start doing little live stream, like chill sessions, like 1 or 2 hours. Come on, trade and do that sort of stuff. Yeah, maybe we'll toy around with that. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys stay blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video, man.